Signs that my body gave me that I was about to burn out, that I totally ignored and ended up in a full body collapse. For context, my first job, I was working in palliative care. I absolutely loved my job. It was an honour to be with people at the end of their life, but it consumed me. It consumed me. I was way too attached to patients. I found it really hard to go home in the evening and not think about them, to not grieve people who passed. So that is like baseline. I was already an overgiver, an overdoer, a people pleaser. My system was wound up into a fawn response, which I teach a lot about now. And I think I just went into a job because I wanted to be a good person, but underneath it all, there's a shadow that said, do I believe I'm a good person? Anyway, that's another TikTok. Let's talk today. The first thing I noticed that I should have caught as a sign was numbness. I became so numb. I couldn't feel my body. I had no libido. I felt like I was walking through my life, but I was above my body, like witnessing myself, but not living it. I used to say that I didn't see the world in colour, that the world was like muted. It was so weird. And as somebody who now loves life, I just didn't care. I didn't care about anything. I didn't care about anyone. And I would say secondly, like I'm a quite ambitious, motivated person, flatline. I literally couldn't think into the future. That was a really big thing I noticed. I had like no future desires, no future projection. I just was living day to day on this treadmill of absolute numbness. Number two then was my body started to give up on me. And I will say, I abandoned my body for months before this happened. Like it gave me signals, small at the start, bigger and bigger and bigger, and I kept ignoring. In the beginning, the signal was that I started to become like hypersensitive to things. So I was never allergic to anything before in my life, but if I looked at something, it would give me like dust. My eyes would blow up. I'd get all swollen. My face would go swollen. Then that started to happen to like stress. If I thought about something stressful, my eyes would blow up. My body, my skin started to break out. I was swelling. I couldn't lose the weight. Exercise felt horrendous. You know the way usually you get happy hormones when you exercise? Not over here. I felt awful. Third thing then was fatigue. And I'm a physio. I've worked with lots of people with fatigue, and cancer-related fatigue is a whole other ballgame. Well, I am sorry to every patient I've ever treated for fatigue before this, because my God, unless you've experienced it, you don't know. It's like walking into a wall. It was like waking up in the morning, getting out of bed, but my feet were stuck on the floor. And as I'd step forward, I was like stepping backwards, if that makes sense. I was exhausted all of the time. And the numbness and the lack of motivation, I just used to go to work, eat something shit because I just didn't have the energy. And I tried all the supplements, I did all the things, I don't want to hear it. They didn't work because my nervous system was so wound up. I was so chronically stressed. So couldn't sleep was another big thing, like total insomniac. I would stay up all night overthinking, ruminating. My brain was on fire, but my body was just not there. And then lastly, connection and intimacy with people. I feel like I didn't lose friends, but I lost the connection to them because number one, I had no energy to do anything other than go to work and give it my all in work, and then I was exhausted. The brain fog, I just couldn't. If I looked at my messages, I was overwhelmed. I didn't reach out to anybody. I felt like a shit girlfriend. I felt like a shit friend. I felt like a shit daughter. And honestly, it felt like life was collapsing in on top of me. And do you want to know the most ironic thing about all of this? I did my flipping pieces in college on burnout. I should have seen the signs. I should have known the signs and picked it up, but I just didn't. And all the things that brought me joy in my life literally slipped away. Now, there was a big event that happened that kicked me back into my reality. We lost a patient that was like my age, and she changed my brain chemistry, and I can talk about it again if you're interested. And then I ended up having a total body collapse, so a health collapse, and needed to go into hospital and all of those things. And I remember sitting there recovering saying, like, Kiva, you can't live like this. You can't live like this. And now, what is it, like over 6 years later, I teach this for a living. I teach other people to heal other people, to help other people. I am like so trained in somatics. I did thousands of hours of study. I still work in physio, but I completely transformed how my life looks because this thing happened. And I was like, this is not happening to other people if I can help it. And you know what? Sometimes you have to go into the shit to come out and create fertilizer with it and grow whatever you want to grow. But for me, it was just something that I would never put myself through again if I can avoid it. And honestly, prevention is better than intervention. So if you start to relate to any of these things, I want you to know the body gives you signals before it just crashes out completely. So if I had listened, I wouldn't have ended up in that situation. So if you're here, I share loads of things. If you go over to my page, you'll see loads of healing practices, somatic tools, there's retreats, there's trainings, there's all of it. But honestly, at the end of the day, I just want to help somebody else so that they don't end up in the situation I was in.